With stiff competition and a sky-high price tag, why would anyone in their right mind choose the Razer Nommo Pro V2 desktop speakers for their setup? Hey guys, it's Code here, and I'm going to be showing you an unboxing, a setup, as well as giving my opinion and sharing 2 reasons why you may want to take a serious look at these over the competition. Okay, so here's the box that the Razer speakers come in. Everything was very nicely packaged and overall a joy to unbox. Inside you'll find both speakers, the subwoofer, the control puck with 2 AAA batteries included, thank God, manuals, the power cables for the speakers and sub, and a USB to USB Type-C to connect both of the speakers. Upon initial inspection, everything looks and feels extremely premium. The speakers are made of a hard plastic, but they feel really heavy and really nice. They are bigger than expected, but not intrusive or anything like that. You have the ports on the back, but more on that in a moment. The sub feels really nice. It does feel a little small compared to some of the other subs in my house, like the Sonos sub, but that thing is a monster, and the smaller package will be appreciated since space in my office is a little bit more limited than what's in my living space. And finally, the puck. It does feel pretty light even with the batteries installed. One of the biggest things that drew me to these speakers initially was the design itself. They definitely stand out and look absolutely awesome in person and on my desktop. On each of the speakers, you'll find a 3-inch driver, a modest Razer branding on the side, and a stand that angles these speakers slightly upwards for a more direct sound. These speakers are not detachable, they're just part of the speaker. Neither speaker has any physical buttons or dials or anything like that. It's all controlled by the puck. Again, these things look stunning in person. There is only one option for color and finish, but I feel like Razer did a great job with these. They look incredible. They look much better than the previous gen that had that weird tweeter just kind of stuck on top. I don't know, I always hated the way those looked. The sub is a perfect square with a matte finish and a single Razer logo on top. It does have more of a texture finish to it than the speakers do. And the puck measures in at about 3 inches wide, 1.5 inches tall, has a plastic base, a metal dial on top with these cool little diamond-shaped grooves on the side of it, a single button on the side for controlling the input, and more Razer branding on top. On the back of the speaker, you'll find a single cable running that will connect to the other speaker. On the other speaker, you'll find 3 total ports, 1 power, 1 USB-C that will plug into the source, and the connector for the other speaker. Now the sub, since it's wireless, it just has the single power port that will plug into the wall. There's nothing that needs to go from the sub to the speakers on your desktop. Setting up these speakers was so easy. All you need to do is connect the 2 speakers, connect the speaker to power, then plug the USB cable into the source, whether it's a PC or PS5, and you're good to go. For the sub, you simply plug it into the wall and follow the prompts to sync everything up. You can then download Synapse to your PC to control the sub and the EQ and everything like that. You can even activate THC spatial audio if your source supports that. So on to my thoughts. I'll start with the first of my 2 reasons why I think you should consider these speakers over the competition. And we're gonna start with the sound. These speakers are an absolute joy to listen to. I listen to everything from hardcore to synthwave to lo-fi to hip hop, and I've yet to find anything that doesn't sound incredible. Even watching YouTube videos, sports on YouTube TV, podcast, anything, these speakers just continue to impress me. You can really push the volume if you want to. You never experience any sort of distortion, drop in quality, anything like that. The best way I can describe listening to these is addictive. It's fun. Yes, it's fun. I love listening to these speakers, testing out different types of audio, different genres, different songs. They're just a joy to listen to. It's so much fun. If it sounds like I'm gushing over these speakers, it's because I am. They're just, I love them. They sound awesome. On more than one occasion, have just straight up put a smile on my face. It's like that. Now, onto the second reason why I would recommend this system, and what truly sets them apart from the competition, is the wireless sub. If you have a standing desk like me, this is basically a must-have. With the 2 closest competing systems, everything is powered from the sub, meaning you're gonna have wires running from the sub on the ground to the speakers on top of your desk. Now, if you don't have a standing desk, this is not that big of a deal, but if you have a standing desk, then you know the main idea behind getting all your cable management perfect is having a single power strip mounted or somewhere underneath your desk, everything plugged into that, and then a single cable running down the leg into the wall everything powered from that. So you don't have a bunch of wires running down, you just have one. Well, with those systems, it's not gonna allow you to do that. With the wireless sub, you can maintain that system of cable management and just have the sub set off to the side, plugged into the outlet by itself, and you don't have to run any additional wires from the ground or from that sub up onto your desktop. On top of that, it totally elevates the listening experience. It's incredibly immersive and adds all the low end you could possibly need. As with anything in this world, nothing is perfect, and I do have a few complaints. I've already hit on it in this, but the first is the price. It's somewhat to be expected with anything Razer, and I do believe the wireless sub has something to do with this, but still, it's noticeably higher from any of the competitors. Next is the RGB lighting, specifically when it's connected to Bluetooth. When connected via USB, the lights are more static, they cycle through the colors at a slower pace. It's just overall a more pleasant experience, like what you're seeing here. When connected to Bluetooth, however, the lights suddenly start flashing randomly and rapidly at different colors with seemingly no rhyme or reason to why it's changing. It's incredibly distracting, especially in a dark room, and it doesn't look like there's any way to change or control this. Why? Why would they not perform the same way as the USB connection? Why can I not control this? Why does it look like such a mess? There's no excuse for this to me. It just doesn't even make sense why USB and Bluetooth would be completely different. It's bad enough to where I try to avoid listening to Bluetooth connections at all costs, and sometimes I just can't though. As if that wasn't annoying enough, you also can't control the EQ through the app on the phone like you can on the desktop when you're connected to USB. So if you're USB, you can pull the Synapse app up and kind of control the sound and all that stuff. If you're listening through Bluetooth, there's pretty much no way to do that. It's just kind of is what it is. This is all something that could be resolved in a future software update, so I understand, but it's just weird that it's like this out of the box. In summary, most of my complaints are Bluetooth related, so just keep that in mind as it may affect some of you more than others, just depending on what your use is gonna be. The most direct competition appears to be the Logitech and the SteelSeries, with both options coming in at significantly less. If you don't care about the wireless sub, or you just flat out refuse to pay this kind of money for a desktop speaker, then yeah, those are probably much better options. These speakers do have some legitimate competition, but if your criteria contains a wireless sub, your options suddenly slim drastically. So, do I recommend them? Well, yeah, and no, it depends. If you have a standing desk and you need the wireless sub, then yes, 100%. If you're a Razer fanboy and you just want to stay inside their ecosystem, these are not gonna disappoint you. If you don't mind paying for premium quality and you care about getting the best more than keeping a budget, these are the speakers for you. But if you are willing to compromise to save a little bit, or you don't have a standing desk, or you don't care about the sub at all, then you could probably literally throw a rock and find a better option for you. Okay, so that's gonna do it for my unboxing and thoughts on the Razer Nommo Pro V2 gaming speakers. If you made it this far, I very much appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on my desktop series, and drop a comment letting me know if you were looking at these speakers or if maybe you got some different ones. Be sure to check out my previous video showcasing the Secret Lab gaming desk if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the description and it'll be at the end of the video. If you made it this far, again, I really appreciate it. Till next time.